On a single night in the Persian Gulf, Iran lost something they can never get back. 65 warships, gone, in less than 4 hours. And the next morning they still challenged U.S. forces. It was the biggest mistake they ever made. Here's exactly what happened. Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz. Operation Praying Mantis. April 18, 1988. The date that changed Iranian naval history forever. The date that proved one permanent truth. When you challenge the United States Navy in open water, there is only one outcome. Let us go back to what started it. Because this did not begin on April 18th. It began with a decision Iran made that they could not take back. The Iran-Iraq war had been grinding for 8 years. Both sides desperate. Both sides losing. Iran had been mining international shipping lanes in the Persian Gulf. Indiscriminate mining. No warning. No notification to international maritime authorities. Just mines. Dropped in the dark, in international waters. Waters that American ships had every legal right to transit. On April 14, 1988, the USS Samuel B. Roberts struck one of those mines. The explosion tore a 4.5-meter hole in the hull. 10 American sailors were wounded. The ship nearly sank. It did not sink because the crew fought to save it for 5 hours straight. Their damage control was extraordinary. The ship survived. The sailors survived. Iran's fleet did not survive what came next. The United States Navy had a simple response. Not a diplomatic protest. Not a United Nations resolution. A response Iran would understand in the only language that mattered: force. Admiral William Crowe presented the options to President Reagan. The president approved Operation Praying Mantis, the largest surface naval engagement fought by the United States since World War II. It would begin at 0800 hours April 18th, 1988. Iran had no idea it was coming. The operation had 3 phases. Phase 1. Destroy the Sasson oil platform, an Iranian oil platform being used as a command and control node for IRGC Navy operations. Armed with anti-aircraft guns, armed with anti-ship missiles, using its elevated position to coordinate attacks on Gulf shipping. It was not just an oil platform, it was a weapons platform. It was going to be treated as one. Phase 2. Destroy the Syri oil platform, same use, same result. Phase 3. Engage and destroy any Iranian naval vessel that challenged American forces during the operation. Iran was about to oblige. At 0730 hours, the USS Merrill and USS Lind McCormick took position around the Sasson platform. Radio call on international distress frequency. Personnel on Sasson platform, this is United States Navy. You have 10 minutes to evacuate. We are going to destroy this platform. 10 minutes. The Iranians on the platform opened fire first. They should not have done that. USS Merrill responded with 5-inch gunfire. What followed was not a battle. It was a demolition. 4.5-inch naval rounds at 20 rounds per minute. The platform was destroyed in 40 minutes. Still burning when the ships moved to their next objective. At 0930 hours, the Syri platform received the same radio warning. 10 minutes. The Iranians on Syri also chose to fight. USS Wainwright, USS Bagley, USS Simpson. 3 American warships. Same result. Platform destroyed. Now Iran made the decision that sealed their fate. The IRGC Navy commander ordered his fleet to respond, to challenge the American forces in the Gulf, to demonstrate that Iran controlled these waters. He had no idea what was already in the water waiting for him. The Iranian frigate Sahand received orders to engage American forces. The Sahand was Iran's most capable surface combatant, Vosper Mk5 class frigate, armed with Harpoon anti-ship missiles, Sea Killer missiles, 76mm main gun, 40mm anti-aircraft guns. The crew was experienced. The ship was capable. Against what it was sailing toward, it had no chance. At 13:05 hours, the Sahand fired first. Surface-to-air missiles at American aircraft overhead. Then activated its fire control radar. locking onto USS Joseph Strauss. The Sahand had just signed its own death warrant. The response was immediate and total. A 6E intruder aircraft from USS Enterprise, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, laser-guided bombs, 4 Harpoon missiles, each one finding the Sahand, each one detonating. The Sahand was struck 4 times in 40 minutes. A fire reached the magazine. The magazine detonated. The Sahand sank at 15:55 hours. The Iranian frigate Sabalan watched the Sahand die, and still came. The Sabalan fired first also. A single harpoon from an A6E answered. Direct hit to the engine room. The Sabalan lost all propulsion. Dead in the water, burning. Secretary of Defense Frank Carlucci ordered the Sabalan not be sunk. A lesson delivered, not a massacre. The Sabalan was towed back to Bandar Abbas, out of the war permanently. The speedboat flotillas came next. IRGC fast attack craft. Dozens of them, swarming from Farsi Island. The same tactic Iran had been perfecting for years. Swarm and overwhelm. Against A6 intruders carrying Rockeye cluster munitions, it was not a tactic, it was a target list. The Rockeye opens at altitude, releases 247 shape-charged submunitions, each one capable of penetrating light armor. Against fiberglass speedboats, the result is not a battle, it is elimination. Boat after boat after boat. By 1800 hours, the accounting was complete. 2 Iranian frigates destroyed or mission killed. 6 Iranian speedboats sunk. 1 Iranian patrol boat sunk. 2 oil platforms destroyed. Iranian casualties estimated at over 50 killed. American casualties, 0. Not 1 American sailor killed. Not 1 American ship sunk. Not 1 American aircraft lost. The largest American naval surface engagement since World War II, fought in 1 day. Won completely. The Iranian Navy that sailed out that morning to challenge American forces never fully recovered. Not in equipment. Not in confidence. Not in the institutional understanding of what it means to fight the United States Navy in open water. The IRGC Navy commander who ordered the response to American operations that day lost not just ships. He lost the doctrine. The belief that numbers and aggression could overcome American naval technology and training. That belief died with the Sahand. Now here's what makes April 18, 1988 permanently relevant today, because this is not ancient history. The lessons of Operation Praying Mantis are taught at every level of the U.S. Navy today. The lessons learned about IRGC tactics, about how Iran fights, about how Iran makes decisions under pressure, about what Iran does when challenged and what Iran does when losing. All of it studied. All of it incorporated into current operational planning for the Persian Gulf. Iran also studied it. They studied it very differently. Iran's conclusion from Praying Mantis was not that they needed better surface ships. Their conclusion was that surface ships are the wrong answer entirely. That the only way to counter American naval superiority on the surface is to go beneath it or above it. Underwater drones, ballistic anti-ship missiles, swarm tactics designed to overwhelm point defense systems. Every Iranian naval development since 1988 has been a direct response to what happened on April 18th. They are still trying to find the answer. The United States Navy has not been standing still while Iran searches for that answer. The Aegis combat system that tracked every Iranian contact on April 18th has been upgraded 11 times since then. The Harpoon missile that sank the Sahand has been replaced by systems with triple the range and twice the accuracy. The A6 intruder that delivered the killing blows has been replaced by the FA-18EF, Super Hornet carrying weapons the A6 crew could not have imagined. The gap that existed on April 18, 1988 is wider today than it was then. Not narrower, wider. 65 Iranian naval assets, gone in 1 day. That is the permanent lesson of Operation Praying Mantis. That is what happens when Iran challenges U.S. forces in the Persian Gulf. The ships are different now. The weapons are different. The electronics are generations beyond what existed in 1988. But the outcome of challenging American naval power in open water is not different. It has never been different. It will not be different the next time Iran decides to try. The Persian Gulf is still there. The Strait of Hormuz is still 21 miles wide. The U.S. Navy is still on station, still watching, still waiting. And Iran still has not found the answer to what happened on April 18, 1988. They are still looking. Stay locked in.